Name for clothes. This is clothes, right. Trousers, lavrak. Really meant breeches, but that's the only word we've got for trousers, so we use it. I think the Welsh would regard that as breeches. I think they say trousers. It's very funny. You think you're getting it right in Cornish. What do the Welsh say? My goodness, they use the English word. And it's quite a good lesson sometimes to look at the Welsh dictionary before you write down the word in Cornish. Shirt, 2 words, hevis is 1, and crease, CR, it's pronounced crease. It got written down like that, but it's pronounced crease. Actually, it should be a K, K-R-Y, with a hat over it, crease, crease. Shoes, kitchu, right? That's it. Dress. The problem of spelling anything in Cornish with OW is unless you've tested it and tried it and learnt it, you're very much tempted to say ow. And it isn't ow. There's hardly a word in the language spelt with OW that ever pronounces ow. Fluid spells that P-O-U-S. Actually puts a dot under there, sometimes with a Z. And it's pulse. The O comes out as O, and the W comes out as U. You put O and U together, you get O, U. So really that's a good spelling. O, U, pulse. Pulse. Skirt, again, we've used this for skirt for donkey's years in revived Cornish because we've never had a word for skirt. Strictly speaking, pillen is a hem or a fringe. So, okay, you can say this is the skirt, meaning the skirt, like the skirting board, is the edging. Whether that can be used for the skirt that you wear or not, to be honest, I don't know. I have used the word pillen for skirt. I'd have to look at the Welsh dictionary and see what they use, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if they didn't use the word skirt. But I'll look sometime. Meanwhile, strictly speaking, it means skirt only as the hem or the edge of something, alright? So if you want to use it for a skirt that a woman pulls on and wears, okay. Coat, right, late Cornish spelled with a K, makes no difference to the spelling, to the pronunciation. Coat, kota. Hat, yeah, it might have been hat, might have been hot. Why I say it might have been hot is one of the spellings is H-O-T. And we look at A, we say, oh, that's hat. But we've got to remember, very often A in Cornish, and nearly always in Welsh, is not A, but A. So that was probably hot. Hot, not hat, hot. Socks. Yeah, okay. How do you pronounce that? It should be paw, right? That was old Cornish spelling. Paw, again, is a foot skin, right? Foot skin. So you've got foot skins. So you can say the plural is paw, gedno, right? Well, you spell it with A-W and A-U. We don't know what the plural was because we never met it. You have to work it out. You know that porgen is a sock. Actually, it is not so much a sock as a soft shoe. So you could say there isn't a word for sock either. We're talking about people living at a time when the clothing was completely different. So you can't say what's the word for knickers because they didn't wear knickers. You can't say what's the word for wristwatch because they didn't have wristwatches. So you have to say, oh, if I'm going to bring this forward to the modern language, I'm in trouble. And that is the problem with Cornish. We've used lavragnesa for pants, but the Welsh word is knickers. And I bet my bottom dollar that the Cornish would have said knickers if they wore them in those days, because they didn't wear knickers in those days. They didn't. I mean, even girls didn't start wearing knickers until the turn of the last century. The word that's come in for pants is from pantaloons, which are an innovation. So, what's the Cornish for pants? There's no word for pants. We're continually in trouble if we try and use Cornish as a modern language, provided we say, all right, let's get down off our high horse and admit that we haven't got a word, ask the Welsh what they use, and then 10 to 1 it'll be the word which would have been used in Cornish. This is why the Welsh say rocket for rocket. This is why the Welsh say baked beans for baked beans. And that sounds funny. I went into a Welsh shop and asked them what the Welsh for baked beans was. It said baked beans. So this is what you got to learn. Scarf, yes. Lian is a cloth. Lian codden, I'm not quite sure. Lian codden might be found. I'd have to check. But Lian codden would be all right. I wouldn't spell it. That doesn't matter. Put on your coat. It's take, camero, guz, kuta, dro, You say dro, if it's Camaro in the plural, that's plural. With the goes kind. What they say for put your coat on is to put your coat around your back, which sounds very long way around saying, but that's what they said. When you put on gloves, you put gloves around your hand. When you put on a coat, you put it around your back. So it's dro this kind, do this kind. I think that is a shorter way of writing that, but I mean...
So how would you pronounce that?
With Camaro. Camaro's kota, dro this kind. Or dro this kind. I mean, what happened in speech was these words all ran together. And draw, I guess, would probably come out as drothers. So yeah, I think Lewis spells it as that, which shows it's all collapsed into one word. Like this, was quoting this, like saying goodbye for God be with you. So having it was one little squeeze together lump of dough. Camaro Scota drove his kind. Actually, I think he says drove. I think actually Lewis spelled it as drove. Comes down as all that turns into as. Druz is a drove the goes. Druz kind. We would say Camaro Scota drove kind. And that begins to sound convincing. You can't hear people say Camaro Scota drove his kind. You can hear them saying Camaro Scota drove kind. See what I mean? You say, oh, that sounds right. All of a sudden, that sounds right. Put your coat on. Take your coat off is put away your coat. Though that is strictly not correct. That was gori for put. So put your coat. Gori, devise, put away, goose, kota. It might even be goose kota because no, it wouldn't be that. That's right. It wouldn't affect that. Gori devise goose kota, which is a bit simpler than that. That's to take away. Kamiroke means take away. But to take something off is to put it off. I can say, I can put the mug on the table, and I can then, that's putting the mug on, that's putting the mug off. Because the word put is the word you use for manipulating things. Now the word for driving sheep, driving cars, driving anything to market, is gora, comes from that. Same in Welsh. To drive a car is gora car. So this word means a lot more than people imagine. So to put the mug on the table is gora. To put the mug off the table is gora devise. Put away. Put away your mug. Take your elbows off the table. Gora gus you then is board. You see what we say? Put your two elbows off the table.